What's up guys, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Martin and today I'm taking a look at one of my favorite hot hatches ever, the Mini Cooper S JCW GP53. Commercial break here. This is one of the most special little cars that has ever been, and today I'm going to show you why that is, and we're going to take it for a walk around right here and then go on a nice B road and then hit the Autobahn to see what this little shoebox is capable of. Well, we all know the Mini Cooper R53. It's the first generation of when BMW decided to take over the Mini brand, and then came the Cooper S with a 1.6 supercharger with that characteristic whine, and then a bit later you could get like a JCW tuning pack, which was quite elaborate, you know, with an exhaust, ECU tune, air filter, intake, stuff like that. And then at the end of its lifespan, 2006, for 4 months they made this, the GP. They made 2,000 of them. Mini was already busy with the successor to this car, the R56, so they didn't really have capacity to produce it, so they had it made by Bertone in Italy. So it's actually an Italian English car, great for reliability. So let's have a look at it. They have these typical JCW GP alloys, 18-inch wheels with that 4 double spoke. A lot of replicas have been made of this wheel because it's so characteristic. It's a 205 section front tire, so it's a little front tire, very narrow, and we have Dunlop Sportmax tires. Disclaimer, spoiler alert, whatever you want to call it, they ruined the car for me. The car is so freaking playful and capable, but these tires are just not. They all have wrap mirror caps. They all have this thunder blue metallic paint, and the GP has this lining right there. This is an actual intake. It's the only gen of Mini that has a functional intake. The R56 was just, you know, a fake one. And in the front we don't have any fog lights because these are actually brake ducts to cool down those JCW brakes. So a Cooper S side scuttle, as they call it. Mini later rebranded the JCWs because it was a bit confusing. A Cooper S JCW, and later it was a Cooper S or a JCW, and that was because the tuning package, you started out with a Cooper S and then you upgraded to a Cooper S JCW with the tuning package. But later on they quit with the tuning packages with the R56 and just gave the JCW treatment from factory. So at the rear, one of the most characteristic features of a GP, a full carbon rear wing. Now this is a nice story. Normally there is a brake light right here, but because of the wing they couldn't use this, so they had to lower it to right here, which again meant that they had to make a new rear window for the GP. So one of these will set you back 1,500 euros, which is quite a lot of money, and they get smashed in because you don't have anything in the rear. So if you have your luggage sitting here and someone sees it, he'll smash the rear window, and that will probably be more expensive than what he is taking from the inside. So this is all bespoke Mini JCW GP. Rear seat delete, this strap brace, all these interior pieces. They really went all the way with this. It's quite cool. You don't see this nowadays. This is really like a Clio V6 dedicated build. There was absolutely no limit when it came to bespoke parts for this car, which is really, really cool. There is the John Cooper Works exhaust, and this car is 50 kilos lighter than a normal JCW, which is quite a lot for considering it weighs 1,095 kilos. So Stefan, the owner, thanks a lot so much. I approached him and he just said, yeah, I would love to. Thank you guys. And thank you, Stefan. He also takes it to the Noordschleife. He drives it on Zandvoort. This is not a garage queen, even though values have gone up insanely. So here we have one of two production numbers on the roof. Only 2,000 have been made. This is number 1504. Little GP plaque right there. And we have Recaro seats that offer great support, and we have some bespoke carbon features like the handbrake and the gear lever. I wanted to show you guys the engine, but we have to go to the other side because it's an English car, so everything is on the wrong side. Typical R53, sort of a clamshell, right? Gotcha. So here we have it, the 1.6 supercharged engine. As you can see, even the engine had individual numbers. So it had a bespoke exhaust, intake, ECU tune. That was for the tuning package, but one of these GPs came from factory with a camshaft upgrade, so you couldn't get that with the normal JCW tuning package. So it's quite a small top mounted intercooler, and I feel like it does suffer from heat soak if you like push it on the Autobahn. At some point it just dips in power and it really has to cool down its intake temperature. Another cool feature is the windshield wiper reservoir. Normally there's two, one right there and one right there, but to save weight they converted it to a single one. It's all about weight saving, bro. I'm sure I forgot a ton of stuff. There is just so much to tell about these cars. They are so special. Why don't they do this anymore? Okay, sorry for being so melodramatic, but let's drive it. So it's the beginning of April and it's 25 degrees outside and the AC isn't working. The AC actually was an optional thing, so if you don't have AC it's another 15 kilos lighter, but this one does have AC but it's not working. So power 218 horses compared to 210 of the normal tuning package. So it's only an 8 horsepower increase, but it was the way the engine behaved. They wanted to be more aggressive. And that's why they fitted that different camshaft. It's probably a forged camshaft, so it's a little lighter and it will probably spin up a little faster. You also have 250 Newton meters and it feels sort of like a naturally aspirated engine. You don't have turbo torque like with a R56, the later generation that came with a 1.6 turbo. A lot more torque with that engine, but the character of this engine with that supercharger whine is just fantastic, really. Oh, that whine is so nice, and it's a super linear experience. So you pull until the red line and it really rewards you for doing that. And with the 1.6 turbocharged engine at like 6,000 RPM, yeah, it was sort of over. You could do another 1,000 RPM, but you know, why would you? By the way, there's the second indication of which serial number you have. 1504 of 2000. Okay, let's do a 0 to 100 run, and this is the first time these tires are going to let me down. Just do like a 2,500. Wheel spin all through first gear, and that's 100. Should be done in 6.2 seconds, and I do believe it can do it, just not with these tires. I did a 7, and well, as you can see, as soon as it sort of hooks, it keeps slipping its wheels, and it's because of those stupid Bridgestone tires that really let the car down. Little sound check right here. You do notice that it wants to push the car to the outside of the corner, and that's because of the tires. You can feel like the sidewall of the tire is just too soft to really supply the performance this car deserves, because it is such a playful car. It's really nimble, it's quite playful in its movement. It's not a rock solid GP car as you would think. It's actually quite compliant, and it really has a bit of a, you know, it dances around you. It moves up and down, left and right, but in a really natural and playful manner. You really get into sync with the car. So Stefan changed something with the suspension bushings, and that should provide us with better high-speed stability, like that. Oh, such a nice engine. I know a turbocharger is superior when it comes to performance and fuel economy, but you know, driving engagement, the supercharger always wins. It runs like a naturally aspirated engine, only with a little extra power, so what's not to like? So 100 to 200 it did like 20 seconds. Which isn't great, but it's just not what this car is about. So Stefan has owned the car for 5 years, and he claimed to have done 252 on the speedo. Little downhill, of course. The official top speed is 238, but I was only able to do 230. So yeah. It's safe to assume it has lost a few horses over the years, but it hasn't lost any of the fun. 220, 221. It's actually GPS accurate, this speedo. 225, 226, 227, 228. 229, 230, 1, 2. So it's probably not as fast as it once was, but as I said, it's still as much fun. High-speed stability actually was really, really good for such a small, light car. Really impressed with that. So another GP feature are these black backgrounds for the speedometer and the ref counter. Really hope I get all the GP bingo features crossed off my list. Oh, it's hot in here, really. In 2006, wasn't there a great song about it getting hot in here? No, I'm not going to sing for you guys. Little tunnel, get that supercharger winding through there. Very nice. But it's such a woolly tire, this, you know. Stefan also said it like it's super understeery on the track, even though these GPs should just go inwards in a corner, not outwards. So Stefan is going to fit Michelin Cup 2 tires. Believe me, it'll be a different car. What an amazing experience. It really has lived up to my hopes and expectations, and I really, really want one, and I should get one now because it'll be more expensive tomorrow. But priorities, right? Wanting too many cars with a wallet that cannot live up to my wishes. That's sort of the case. Okay, thank you Stefan again for letting me test drive your mini JCW GP. I'm really looking forward to driving a GP2. I've already driven the GP3. I also really like that. So if you have a GP2, let me know, guys, please. Thank you guys for watching and hope to see you at the next one. Bye, guys.